I think we're on day 159. Just picking a combine up from Bill's and we're going to go and cut some of our own. And Joe's cleaned and valeted the cab for me. Not a great start. We've got cutting, we've gone nearly twice around the field and got a belt snap that drives the chaff spreaders and the straw spreaders on the back. So we can't fold them out the way because it'll block up, because it actually drives the chaff as well. It comes off the sieves. So we're going to strip it down now. Someone's going to shoot off and get a belt. So the class have got one in. They're going to get it out for us, and then we can carry on. What we're cutting is around 35% moisture. So it basically looks like sugar puffs. And it's not wanting to flow out the grain tank very well, but we just got to go. Luckily we can dry it very, very cheaply with the biomass boiler and the solar panels. Otherwise it's probably not economical to cut it for most people, but we just need to get through it. But anyway, we'll be parked up now for an hour and a half while we fix this belt, so hopefully when we get going again it'll be a bit drier. Yeah, so this belt basically goes up here. Flip the camera around at the back there, and then it wraps on the back of this one here. So unfortunately I'm going to have to split this bar, slacken this belt, thread it behind, and then put it onto here. But it drives at the back. We call the chaff spreaders, so all the bits of stuff that's not grain comes off here, goes through them, gets spread. But it also drives the hydraulic supply for these. It spread the straw wide as well. So I can't really carry on without it because it'll just bung up here. I can swing that out the way and it could drop on the floor, but I think it's the same belt that drives these chaff spreaders, and then we can't chop the straw at the same time, so we'll just change it and get it done. So I'll strip it down now while Andrew goes for one. Who's this coming now, Daddy? Combine's back up and running, but now there's something wrong with the mower, so I'll go and see what that is. Back cutting again now, but I don't know if you can see. If I zoom in, you can't really on the camera, but there's basically heads on the floor where they just sort of like fell over or snapped off in the wind and the rain. It's a bit of a shame, a lot of yield lost. Combines everywhere. Danny there on his Barley. We've finished this field of wheat. Adam's going to pull the header with his pickup. Should be interesting. Of course it's alright until you need to back up, but pickups don't have much lock. Can it pull it? Back wheels are spinning. It's in 4-wheel drive now. Can he go? Ooh. Needs his diff lock. Problem is when he turns in the next field, if he doesn't get all the way in and gets stuck in the junction, no one can get in the field behind him to tow him. So he might get it out of this one, but it might not be a good idea to go to the next. Oh well, he's going for it. He made it, just about, got in. Just cutting wheat now. It's yielding about sort of 3 tonne in the good places, the winter wheat. If you see the lighter patches, that's where we've patched up with spring. That's not yielding as good, and the straw is coming out the back and there's hardly any of it, so it's just indicative of how the wheat's yielding. So this is the last field of winter wheat now. This is the one that was patched up in the spring. Like I said, you can see the yellow patches there. I've just stopped here to show you. If you look in the bottom of the crop, in fact I'll turn the camera. If you look on the floor in the crop, there's wheat that's falling out and heads that have fell off. So if you kind of shake it, you can see it all falling on the floor. That's the wind and the rain done it. And then also, like I say, the heads have fell off. Started to open as well. not a good year at all. I guess you can see the line here where we patched up with spring corn. There's nothing where it flooded out. It's bad for weeds as well, but they kind of came after the drought. In a field of barley now. Look at that sunset. And then there's a big puddle there that I've just gone past. Just in some spring barley now, and it seems to be yielding pretty good. It's hovering around the 4 tonnes to the acre on the thing. It always reads a little bit high sometimes, especially when it's damp. Sunset over there looks amazing. Looks better in real life than on your phone. Flashing beacon's just come on. That's because the tank's now 70% full. So that's telling Andrew to come over to me with the trailer. Unfortunately, he's not back from tipping the last load of wheat, so I might have to park up in a second and wait for him to get round the field towards me. It's a long way round because it's a 40-acre field. Now, I think you can probably see that, but that's basically water. So we're just going to have to put it down. Sorry, speed up a little bit, make sure we don't get stuck going through it. It shouldn't normally be like this, it should be dusty. But it's just the year, so we'll just keep going. I'll probably edit this video in a minute when I get onto some straight runs with the GPS, and then you can watch it. Otherwise it'll be really late by the time we finish, and I won't have time to edit it when I get in tonight, or it might even be the early hours of the morning. So I'll edit it in a minute. There's Adam now with another trailer. We've got 2 trailers carting now because spring barley is yielding a lot better than the wheat, which is good. Not got a lot of it though, and it's only worth 2/3 the amount, so it's not all that good. Sorry it's a late one, but there was telegraph poles and I couldn't edit it, so I didn't want to hit them, so I'm editing it now because it's dark and I didn't want to hit them.